Well, I made it to the outdoor mausoleum. Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode here on 539. So today we have returned to Lindenwood Cemetery here in Fort Wayne, Indiana, and we are outside the very mausoleum that we left off at last time in the middle of the oncoming storm. And so I thought it'd be a perfect place to start on our return here. So we're gonna go ahead and see, I'm not sure exactly how historic this part is, but there's a lot of really cool features here. A lot of places to walk around on the outside. There is an interior part. I'm not sure if it's unlocked, although we can see literally everything from the outside, so it shouldn't be a problem either way. Let's go ahead though and get out and see what other history we can find here in Lindenwood. Well, it's a perfect day today to test out the new equipment and a brand new mic shock mount so that it shouldn't create any unwanted noise anymore, but it is an incredibly windy day today, so perfect conditions to test out the mic, and you probably can kind of get a sense of what the new equipment looks like by seeing my reflection here in the glass a little bit, and also a sense of what other people see when they come up on me. So a lot of these are newer, and again, I don't really know. It does appear to be locked, but we'll get a good view here. And almost exactly the same on the outside. Again, mostly newer things here, so I don't want to focus on any one thing in general here. But quite a beautiful place. And then there is the bell tower behind here. And some of these you can even see that they have been purchased and have name plaques, but they are not currently in use. What's interesting about this one is that on the back side here, you can see that they actually don't have anything. It's just another entryway for the internal part of the mausoleum here. So let's go ahead and walk up to the bell tower here. Check that out. Then we'll walk around the mausoleums here. And it looks like there is a few different plaques, or not plaques really, but stones rather, that have been placed with various names on them. You see here the Arthur M. Paulison Bell Tower in honor of his many years of dedicated service. And it isn't a traditional bell tower. It actually is just a set of PA speakers. Some more names here on the back. And pretty easy to tell there at the top, the PA system. It's a really cool place though. Very interesting. And I believe we caught part of it maybe one time on film. And again, a lot of this stuff is somewhat new. So if I find something incredibly historic, I'll focus on that. But otherwise, we'll just kind of take a quick stroll down here and see some of the decorations and things here. And then maybe we'll even check out some of the more historic stuff over here. And yeah, what an amazing place. Nestled in downtown Fort Wayne. And it does say, well, never mind. But anyway, maybe see a photo of somebody here. It's always neat to find the photos, but again, mostly newer stuff. This must be fairly recent construction, because I'm not seeing any real dates prior, it looks like, to the 1990s, and most being in the late 2000s here. Well, not the late 2000s, but closer to present day, we'll say. And they've clearly been out here doing some maintenance work. You can see where they've actually cut down a few branches here and there and have been making little piles ready to be picked up. Not sure who that is up there. Not the local medical chopper or anything like that, or a news chopper. Probably a private chopper or somebody giving out rides. Lots of helicopter rides around here. It must be very popular for whatever reason. Which oddly, I did take a helicopter ride here years and years ago. So there you go. Maybe it's just a thing here in Fort Wayne. So let's go ahead and walk around the other side here and check that out. Maybe see if there's anything a little bit more historical there, and then we'll branch out and look around this area here and see what all we can find. I was actually intending to go to a completely different location today, and it was going to take so long to get there, and the traffic was pretty bad, especially for this time of day. I wasn't expecting it. I don't know what's going on today, but everybody is out and about and not at work, and so it made more sense to head here. So this side is definitely a little bit more historic. Wow, that's cool. And it's, I'm not going to touch it, but it almost looks like it's printed on to some form of stone, or it is definitely a hard surface. I'm wondering if they were maybe a stamp collector. You can see stamps.com there listed, and then a stamp here with Hanukkah on it and a lit menorah. And even more stamps. Wow, this is really amazing. I've never really stumbled upon something like this before. So clearly I would say a stamp collector, maybe a coin collector. A lot of times they're connected, and so that's really interesting. The grave here of the Doax, Arthur N. 1905 to 1979, and Marie L. 1905 to 1993 here. So very interesting. Okay. There must be people out and about in the neighborhoods. Obviously there would be, but I just heard voices behind me and then there was no one there. Well, there's a somewhat historic, we see the sage here. Laverne E. 1896 to 1979. And Catherine E. 1900 to 1996. It's interesting. I was not aware that the Laverne was actually a unisex name. If any of you out there were aware of that, let me know. Maybe it wasn't. I don't know. Seems more unlikely back in the day. But you never know. At least openly. And the Wilson grave here. Fred D. 1894 to 1980. And Thelma M. 1895 to 1983. And married for 63 years. And PEO in that star. Let me know what you think that means. I'm not really sure. I think... Let's see. Not sure on that one either. Kind of looks like the firefighters symbol. And I'm not really sure. And here's another interesting one. Arnold P. Lord, 1912 to 1985, and Opal R, 1910 to 2011. We have it looks like we have, is that the let me see, Rebenick Michael, 1924 to 1999. Nina, 1928, and it looks like that reminds me of the Ukrainian symbol on their flags. I'm not sure. Let's look back again. I've pulled up a Ukrainian coat of arms symbol. This looks like this right here. And yes, absolutely, you can see the same Ukrainian coat of arms. So, what an interesting find here. Something that I guess not knowingly having stumbled on before. Obviously, I've been doing this well before, the conflict arose, and unfortunately, like a lot of people out there, I wasn't the most aware of Ukraine and its history, and so I did learn some when the conflict started, and so maybe it is that I have just overlooked it over the years. But it's really interesting to now see that on someone's grave and see that they are, claiming and proud of that history, and that's really, really cool. Alright, let's take a look at these last few outdoor crypts here, and then we'll head around and look at some of the surrounding history here. And again, mostly newer stuff. See some cool old photos there. And some of these actually have places for flowers, little vases on them. That's really cool. not the first time we found this, but in this fashion for sure. I really kind of like it though. And I don't know if this is, it kind of looked like it was a solar light. You see the veteran of the U.S. Navy here, William R. Dully, September 20th, 1934 to April 8th, 2013. Okay, let's, which direction do we head, I guess, is the good question here. I think we'll head towards the fence this way, and then try and do a small loop around and head back to the car. Yeah, let's head towards this gazebo and see what we find along the way here. See, they have hidden some electrical infrastructure with a bush there. It's kind of nice that they think about stuff like that. I mean, obviously, I guess, why wouldn't you? But I at least applaud them for the effort to make places look nice. Wow, this is a big pile of wood. And it's just right along the line. I really don't think it's fallen either. But it doesn't appear to be having affected anything at any rate. What is... Oh, that is a very large tree that was cut down at one time there. I don't think there's any graves or anything in this area. It's kind of weird how this tree almost, the way it looks, has the appearance of little headstones. Isn't that kind of weird? I've never seen something like that, especially in a place like this. It's kind of a little weird. So, nobody's supposed to drive down there, but it doesn't say that we can't check out our little cool gazebo here. Another one styled similarly to one that we found in previous episodes, and in a lot better condition. Almost looks like fresh wood. And clearly no graffiti in this one at all. But yeah, really cool structure. Couldn't tell you how much use it really gets. However, still fun to explore and come and visit these places and see what people made a long time ago.